We were contacted by an academy in West London where they're trying to support families in one area we know which is very difficult, and that is the digital divide. Hammersmith Academy has launched an initiative to get all students a laptop to use at home, and Barry Caffrey is there for us this morning. Hello, Barry. Morning to you.
Good morning, Vanessa. Yes, a very quiet Hammersmith Academy, I have to say, because it is, of course, half term, so there are no students arriving this morning. This academy opened up, Vanessa, 9 years ago in 2011, so they're in their 10th year now. It's quite large. They have 900 students approximately, all coming from the local area, aged between 11 and 18. On top of that, they have 100 staff, 65 of them teachers. Now, they have lots of different ability levels, but as I say, a lot of the students, or the vast majority of them, come from the local area, and it would be fair to say that there is some poverty in the area, and not all of the families are able to afford whether it be laptops or MacBooks or Chromebooks or whatever it is that they necessarily need. Gary Kynaston is the head teacher here at Hammersmith Academy, and Gary is behind this initiative. Tell me, Gary, first of all, what exactly it is.
It's an initiative to ensure that all our children have access digitally to be able to do online learning, over the current period and into the future.
So just talk through a little bit the importance of having the correct equipment, whether it be a laptop, for students to be able to do the work, particularly in the pandemic situation we're in now.
Well, we're providing, 600 of our students as a minimum the Chromebook and access to the Chromebook. It's something that we realised straight away when the pandemic started, that access was critical. Despite all the teachers providing huge amounts of work online and that expectation to be able to digitally access, and with the current aspects where we send some children home, by classes in their bubbles because of COVID positive cases. We're realising that, from what we learned from the early stages to where we are now, that access at the home is critical if they're going to continue to learn effectively.
And prior to this, was it a case that certain students just wouldn't have been able to either do the homework or actually, do the work that was required of them because they simply didn't have a laptop and the parents couldn't afford to buy one?
Precisely that. We provide for a large low-income a group of students, 50% pupil premium, which means they've had free school meals over the last 6 years. And it really is. It's just about that kind of aspect. The families really want their children to learn, and often that they may have one laptop in the home or they're getting access through a mobile phone. But children need to learn, and need to learn at the correct times and to be engaged at different times. And the competition within some families, some of the older students get the priority because they may be on examination type courses, and the younger students were losing out. And we've seen a widening gap in attainment between those students that have access, and even to some of those families that do have a little bit more. I mean, I even found it with my own family, with 3 children, that even though we had a couple of laptops in the house, it just wasn't enough to go around, and different expectations from different schools and their learning. So I took an early decision to purchase 600 of these back in late June, early July, and managed to kind of get a good deal, put us in this position because I could see where we were going to be, and having to, I suppose, robbing Peter to pay Paul a little bit with the school budgets, but we got a good deal back then because I recognise it's not just for now; it's for the next 2-3 years.
And just briefly, what's the feedback been like from parents and the students themselves?
The feedback's, immense. It's really exciting to be in this kind of position. It's always been an ambition for us, but parents have just been really positive all round because they recognise we're doing the right things at the right time for their children, because it's about the future. It's about making sure that despite their positions, no matter their social background or any, that they have opportunity, because you never know where potential is going to lie, and you've got to make potential really come out and not be restricted by social background or opportunity.
Okay, well, good luck with it all, Gary. Thank you so much. Vanessa, that was Gary Kynaston, the head teacher of Hammersmith Academy. I have to say, it's very strange being back in a school, particularly this week when there's no students around.
Yes, but isn't he doing great work, though, trying to get
Absolutely
them online?
fantastic
So
work.
they've got access to everything they're supposed to be learning. Thank you so much, Barry, and thank you to the head teacher. Now it's time for the news headlines.